up, y'all? It's Country Fried. And I'm sitting here playing with my hog. Rufus the hog. Got me a marker board full. I'm a little bit behind. It's been a whirlwind. I'll be right back. Oh, oh, what up? We cut this one off. Boom. It's Country Fried Zen. It's Thursday. It's about 11:15 at night. I am completely unscripted, unprepared. But I said last night I was going to start doing a video, at least one a day, and it was time for me to bust out, and I meant it. And so here I am doing my video. It may not be that long and it may not be that good, but it matters to me because I did it, and it's about taking action and keeping the ball rolling, which we'll actually get into, not tonight, but that'll be part of things we'll be talking about, is motion creates emotion. Or emotion creates motion. Get her done! But anyway, do this. Smile, motherfucker. Anyway, sorry, I keep saying anyway. That's a good thing about being on video. If you hear me, I say like a lot, I notice things like that. Drop a comment down there and criticize them. I don't care. I want to know that. It's only going to help me get better. For real. Anyway, okay, what we got behind it here is I was just making some notes because my writing went a little bit longer today, but like I said, I'm going to get started. So I started making these notes and just going through things that I will be now, and I got a marker board. And where I am is I'm in my office now. Actually, this is where I'm usually sitting right here. And this is behind the wall behind me, but I just put a marker board that covers the whole wall right here. So we'll be able to do that. We got a green screen over here, and we'll be able to projector screen over here, and then the computer right here, and just spin all around the office. But all what I was doing is making some notes here. I think tomorrow we'll start off just talking about just a quick Friday, get crunk for Friday. Not for Friday, but just get crunk for every day. But I'll probably talk about negative. I was just trying to come up with some names here. Negative tornadoes, negative twisters, terrible typhoons, horrible hurricanes. It's basically where, and it's usually, this is what's destructive. It's, you wake up in the morning, and most people, because the way we're conditioned is, first thought we have is a negative thought. We might think about something we got to do, we don't want to do, somebody we got to see, we don't want to see, whatever our last, it's usually something negative, something like that. With that, the researchers have shown, like this ain't woo-woo now, that when you have that thought, it's actually, there's a chemical in your brain that's associated with that thought, and that thought makes your brain create that chemical, which makes your body have that feeling. Well, when your body has that feeling, what does that mean? Well, you're going to have more of that thought. And when you have more of that thought, you're going to have more of that feeling, because more of that chemical. And when you have more of that chemical, you're going to start feeling that way more. And when you have more of that chemical, it's just, and that's the negative twister or whatever you want to call it. And you just spin out of control, and it ruins your whole day, and you don't usually recover. That's how I lived my whole life, 33 years, until 2 years ago. That means I'm 35 for you people who can't do math like me. That's 3, 5. But anyways, get control of your mind. You want to wake up, the first thing you want to do is make yourself have a good thought. If you have to put a big note or write on your ceiling or whatever, something you have grateful for. If you got kids, wife, whatever, that's part of the one thing we're going to be doing is you're going to be making a gratitude list if you're rolling with me, because you're going to always have it there. And so when you do, you'll get yourself trained. When you do have those negative times, you'll go to that gratitude list and you'll think about how awesome you really do have it. Because there's some little kid right now laying in a hospital, 8 years old, with cancer and dying. Never going to have a childhood, never. Because they're going to die. Here I am, healthy. And I've been sitting here quiet and all, I got a message I want to share. I got something that changed my life that massively helped me become, I was the most negative, down in my head. You people didn't know it, but it was horrible. I cried myself to sleep. It was bad. I was just a wreck. And now I have negative thoughts because they're human. But when they come in, it just feels gross. And I immediately recognize it. And I go to work using the tools that we're going to talk about I keep pointing back here. I don't know why. These are just my notes. But some of the tools we were talking about, self-propaganda. And that's like the affirmations. But I call it self-propaganda because it just sounds better. And I came out of politics. And, you say, if they repeat a lie enough, people begin to believe it. But that's true. So even though it's not a lie, because you really do have everything you're going to be saying. Everybody who's watching this has greatness in them, has all these talents, but you don't believe it, so we're going to call it self-propaganda. So you would be lying to yourself, propaganda, telling yourself, I'm strong, I'm confident, I am, insert whatever qualities or whatever skill you want to get. I've done it the last 2 years, whatever I'm doing now. I just started speaking. I am a speaker. I am motivated to speak. And so every day for 10 minutes, I'll set a timer and I'll do, where I'm focused on that. I got the video playing or the audio, and I repeat after them. I feel it and I picture it in my head, like. And so at night before I go to sleep, I'm going to be visualizing myself speaking, like the big crowds and stuff, because that's what I want to do. And I'm going to be. See, language is key. I'm going to motivate people like Zig Ziglar. Think of it as not Larry the Cable Guy anymore. Threw him out because he's really just a Yankee fake. I like Zig Ziglar better anyway. So Country Fried Zen is getting rid of Larry the Cable Guy, and I adopted a new dad. So now I'm the long lost love child of Tony Robbins and Zig Ziglar. That's right. But what were we talking about? Oh, self-propaganda. So you start to tell yourself the quote lie enough that you start to believe it, and then once you start to believe it, you just start to, and when you're in subconscious autopilot, you start to take, your thought patterns are different. You start to take different actions than you normally would. You just see the world differently, and I don't know how to describe it. It's like when I went into keto and got into ketosis, I don't know how to tell you until you get deep into it. Like, that's what I tell people, you won't, and people who's done it know. But the way this has changed my life, I mean, I'm so happy, and and everybody can be happy. It's a thought. You can be in this rat tail and figure out how to find happiness, because happiness is in here, 100%. It starts in here, and what starts in here radiates out there and is created out there. Sounds crazy and all, and it ain't anti-Christian or any of that. It ain't like, oh, I'm gonna stand here and say I want $1 million. No, it ain't that crap either. You can stand there like Zig said. Might have been Jim Rohn. I think it was Zig. Both of them probably, because they all say similar things, because it's all truth. There's a reason for that they say the same thing. But like he said, weeds are always going to be coming into your garden. You can stand there and say, there are no weeds, there are no weeds. There are going to be weeds. Anyways, so that was self-propaganda. I'll teach you. We'll talk and I'll teach you. I'm going to share with you, because I ain't a teacher, I'm going to share with you things I've done over the past 2 years that have completely changed me. And I'm going to show you, I got old emails and stuff I'm pulling together, messages where, like, I was talking about I was just a complete loser. And I was doing like high-level politics. I was on presidential campaigns, like as a country boy from Georgia that lied on a resume and went on to DC right after college and never been even in politics, lied about it. I think I did pretty good in a decade to get where I got. Making it like you would, oh, he's happy, but nah, it's miserable inside. Like, and I loved all the people I worked with. I wasn't their fault. It was me, and I realized like it was all me and my thought patterns and all. I was just like, I can't believe I used to lay in bed at night and worry and like why worry? Why? Most of the things you worry about, there's no need to worry about. So if you are worrying about something, you got to learn to separate it. And you separate it between what is something that you can't do something about, things that you can't control, and things that you can't control. And the things you can't control, you know what you do with them? Fucking get them. Throw them away. And then the things you can do something about, you're going to organize them. And then you're going to write down how you can solve them and which ones are first. And then you're going to have a path to get them done. And then you ain't got to worry about them. Because most of the time we start worrying, all the time we worry, we create all these scenarios in our head. None of them ever play out. But the fact that, and you'll learn, these neuroscientists can now prove it, that when you sit there and you worry and you think that in your brain and your picture and all, you might as well have lived that experience, because your subconscious can't separate imagination from what you see. And if you visualize it and all like you do when you're worrying, why do you think you worry yourself to death? It's real. They can prove it now by measuring your brain and all. Like, your thoughts completely have an influence on, like, 100%. It's like what it is, you feel how you think, then you think how you feel. That's what we're talking about. But then we got focus equals feeling. That's Tony Robbins. He talks about focus equals feeling. People are like, how many people look at Facebook, people say, oh, I'm always alone, nothing ever goes my way, that's just my luck, ain't it? Yeah, it's just your luck, because that's how you think. Yeah, and it's true. You need to be wide open, always that, like, positive, upbeat. But well, anyways, affirmation goes, drive time. You know how much time you spend in your car driving to and from work, all the things you can learn. that you could get out of that job that you say that you want to get out of, but you ain't done anything. And that's another thing. People wake up in the morning. You wake up in the morning, you're going to have the same negative thoughts you had yesterday. You're going to get out of bed pouting just like you did yesterday. You're going to go get the same coffee or whatever you drink that you did yesterday. You're going to have a shower like you did yesterday. You're going to leave your house like you did yesterday. You're going to take the same route to work yesterday. You're going to see the same people. You're going to be around the same people all day. You're going to do most of the same things after work. The same way at home. You're going to do the same thing every single day by a conscious choice. But yet somehow you expect one day something's going to change. I just keep working hard and busting my ass, keep my head down and working hard. I just know one day it's gonna get there. That's all those people at the top like, no, you gotta figure out what exactly you want, create the crystal clear vision in your head where it's concrete, where you see it, you feel it, and you gotta do that every day. Write it down, you gotta focus on that, and you'll become it. It may take 15, 20 years. You might die before, but guess what? You have the goal, and as you're going to the goal, like Tony Robbins says, progress equals happiness. The continued progression toward a detailed, specific, defined goal is happiness. That really is. That's what makes you happy, and you can be happy. And that's physiology. Like Amy Cuddy, look her up if you want to look up something tonight. She's got an awesome TED Talk. She's done the science. You hold your hands up in there, like all cultures. It doesn't matter. They've looked at blind people who've never seen other folks. If they win or get excited, there's similar poses we do. Well, if you start looking for similar patterns within humans, you know that humans are human nature's the same. Well, if you see similar patterns, you say, huh, there must be something to that. Well, she's smart like that. And she actually super smart. So she studied it and figured out how the cortisol lowers and testosterone or whatever the other one is, adrenal or whatever. Cortisol is a stress hormone. It lowers it. So when you go think about it, you go in. I used to do fundraising in politics. I'd be sitting in the lobby and just be sitting there, but instead I should have been in the bathroom this right here. You should be up in your power pose, And that's one thing I did when I first got home 2 years ago. Moved back to Georgia. Get out of my negative. I did these old Tony Robbins exercises. I got old videos to prove it where I was doing rah! And anchoring the feelings in, and I just swish patterns get the visualizations, and I laugh. That's nothing. Smiling. You just sit there and if you don't feel like smiling, sometimes you don't. You just take a pen, do it sideways, and hold it for 2 minutes. I guarantee you, it'll start feeling good. It's scientifically proven. It makes sets off chemical reaction in your brain too. Smiling, and that's another thing Country Fried wants to do is the summer of smiles. Well, I saw it, summer of smiles. But, I was going to do that. I actually was about to get the domain and all before the summer, way before summer. But I was like, well, I want this to be forever. So why just summer? But it's going to be I want to do a smile challenge. Challenge you, and I'll go around with a video camera and do it. But I want everybody to pledge to make at least one random person smile, stranger, a day for X amount of days, because that just triggers, and that's how we're going to change the world. One way. We're going to change the world in so many ways. It's a positive revolution. I always thought I was going to lead a revolution. This one I am. It's going to be a positive revolution. Positive thinking revolution, baby. Yeah. Anyway, see, I'm all fired up. Honestly, I said, I almost wasn't going to do it, getting off there, but I wasn't going to do this video, but I promised myself, like I said, see, some things I messed up on. I am going to start recording myself. I have a schedule, I'm going to make myself at least 5-10 minutes. Well, I got to pick one, 10 minutes a day. You won't see them, but I will one day, but I'll record myself just randomly talking and watch it and try to learn. And I've got some friends that are really good speakers. I'll send it to them and ask them for some tips and stuff. But right now I'm just screwing around, but see. I don't even know where I was going with that. So I am going to get off because, and this is now, seeing, this is an awesome moment because now it's oh man, and this is where if you were live, your head would be, and I just totally went inside my head, but I caught myself and I was sitting there thinking oh crap. And you started getting nervous, and I realized, what are you talking, one, I don't give a shit. I'm just making a video. If I mess up and I have to go off, boop, I just press the button. Whoa, that's how, so I caught myself. But if you were live, and that's how it happens, you get up and start speaking in front of an audience, and all of a sudden you get in your head and you don't realize it, and even the people who do it all the time, Tony Robbins, every time he speaks for you, he goes, I will. And so, thought I was going to remember. I will think of it. I was going to share something with y'all, but we're going to be going on a long journey together, so we'll get it. But this here. That's Tony Robbins' success cycle. It's like the hurricane. Belief, potential, action, success. Basically, your belief determines your potential, because if you have whatever you believe, that's how much potential you think you have. Well, the amount of potential you believe that you have determines how much action you take. Well, the more action you take determines the more results. I should have put results right here, because success cycle should be results. Belief, potential, results. Determines the more results you get, right? So then you get more results. Guess what? That good results, that reinforces that belief, makes it even stronger in the potential. So guess what? You take even massive action, more action. This is the type of hurricane, positive, like good type of hurricane you want to get riding in, like fun. Because then it's like your potential, and then you take even bigger action, and you get even more results, and then you get even better relief, and then you have even bigger potential, take even bigger action, you get more results, and then next thing you know, you're an expert. Like, you're just doing it naturally, it's just your thing. But that's the type of cycle you want to get in, not the one where you start thinking negative and you just start booming, and then you pull everybody down like Zig Ziglar tells the kick in the cat thing. You just kick everybody else's cat. And this is like I keep saying, that's why I'm saying I'm sharing with y'all what I learned, because it's still a constant struggle to me. I get negative. I've been wanting to do this for ever. I just hadn't known what to do, scared to take action, but I'm doing it now, so I'm pumped. Anyway, that's what I was going to share. That's this video. I just wanted to do it. Oh, Country Fried. See y'all tomorrow, and we'll talk about some of this stuff for real. And the videos I'll start getting, I'll actually work on them in advance. I can edit them, and I'll actually take notes. I didn't take any notes, but I said I was going to do a video, and it's time to get started, because momentum builds momentum, right? Remember? Smile. That's what I was talking about, smiling. And get everybody, that's how we're going to change. Revolution. Positive revolution, baby. See y'all. It's me again. So I remember what it was in the video now. I'm sitting here in my office about to upload that video, and I just remember what it was. And what it was before I made that video, I was tired. I wanted to go to bed, but I remember I said I was going to start, and so I had to do something. And I told myself that. Well, of course, I could have just cut the camera on because I was down. But no, Country Fried controls his energy and his emotions. Brendan Bouchard taught me that. So I actually sat there for a second, closed my eyes, and I thought about my goal and my vision and how I need to give it the best. Every time I cut it on, I need to pretend like I'm talking to the world. You never know who might hear it, might need to hear something. And I got myself in that mindset, and I got me fired up, and I just pressed go and made a video. Now I feel good. But anyways, that's awesome, man. I got it. And we're going to go on a journey together. Y'all ready? See y'all tomorrow.